people don't know this about me. I had Bell's palsy like 5 or 6 years ago.
I know that.
Remembers? Like this whole side of my face, like died basically.
Just went limp.
It went limp on him. Yeah, like that.
He could suck shit through his nose with a straw and it shoots out his eye. He does this cool trick. He'll do it at the bar later with some contraband.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Between the Barrels. We're so excited. Once again, we're at the beautiful Bayou Terrebonne Distillery. We are very happy this week. Mr. Jonathan Foret is joining us, sir. Who are you and what do you do?
So I'm the executive director of the South Louisiana Wetlands Discovery Center.
Awesome.
And so our offices are over there in the Waterlife Museum. And what
Almost across from here.
Just across from right there, yeah. And so what we do is we have educational programs, mostly for K through 12 students, to learn about coastal land loss and coastal restoration projects and the water is coming up and what we have to do to be able to live here for as long as we can.
Educate people
for the next so many years.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, that's a mission of the organization. And so we just secured $1.3 million to be able to move forward with phase 1 of the Discovery Center. So, yep, right? It took a lot.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
It took a lot. We sold a lot of hamburgers. So I know
y'all been selling them out there for a while now. It paid off.
So work paid off. Yeah. Appreciate everybody buying hamburgers.
Shout out to the people that go to Rougarou Fest.
There you go.
So, so the phase 1, which is an outdoor pavilion and a live wetlands exhibit, is we're supposed to break ground in the middle of October. And that's going to be over by the Courtyard Marriott and the Main Branch Library over there.
Really cool.
So hopefully a couple months it'll be finished. And the idea is that we're able to move the festival over to that property because that's where our property's going to be.
Cool.
So that's kind of where like the skate park is?
Yes, all in that area. By the Civic Center and everything. Yeah, right. So we'll have a lot of space to spread out.
That's awesome. Yeah. Future plan is to move that over
there. Yeah, because Rougarou Fest benefits the Wetlands Discovery Center, and we've had it downtown. This would have been the 9th year that we do the festival, but because of COVID and all that, we're doing a virtual kind of thing versus a large event.
Which is cool.
Large gathering.
Yeah, and we got creative with it. We have the top 10 haunted yards of Terrebonne. That's something.
Yeah, that's something that we were going to ask you about.
We saw that on Facebook.
Yeah. So people who want to participate just send their address. I mean, you should probably decorate your yard. But
before you send your address, decorate your yard.
I'm sure it's going to be like,
competition.
Halloween, too. It's not Christmas.
Not
Some
Christmas.
people decorate for Christmas already.
And I know, like, if it's just you didn't cut your grass in a while and it looks spooky, I mean, I guess you could.
What if I left my Christmas lights up from last year? Can I turn them on?
It might be scary if there's a few that don't work.
You can do like a creepy.
You can strobe them.
There you go.
Yeah. So the people submit their addresses, and then we have a team of judges that are going to go around, I want to say October 10th, to judge those yards, and then they're going to give out a $25 gift card and then a sign that says top 10 haunted yards of Terrebonne.
That's cool, man. So it's the first year.
It's our first year.
It's the first annual. Maybe it'll become an annual thing.
We want to keep doing it.
Yeah, so you should participate.
This episode will be out before the 10th, so get out there and
but like
decorate
you said,
your
it's another
stuff.
cool kind of different way to.
Absolutely, because we're not bringing people together, and so then we're going to make a map of where the houses are and let people know so that way if they want to take their kids to look at the Halloween lights, they'll just drive around.
We got a couple weeks before Halloween's over. Hey, go check this out with your kids on the week now.
Yeah.
So that's
cool.
Cool.
We're looking forward to that.
So let's back up a second.
Yeah.
So you are the creator and founder of the Rougarou Fest as well, right? And it kind of goes with the organization you work for.
Yep, that's right.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It's been a lot of work. It's developed into something much bigger than we thought that it was going to be.
Right.
It started off a Friday afternoon. Our first Rougarou Fest was 2012, and it was from like 5 to 10 o'clock, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And it was like, again, it was like a hamburger stand, a Coke stand,
We didn't even get an alcohol license yet.
We didn't. We really didn't.
Couldn't even sell a beer anymore.
It's true.
Like water and soda.
Yeah.
It's been a really good festival. I enjoy it. I mean,
Yeah.
we take my family out
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah, the kids love it, man. They love it. It's something else for the community that we didn't have. And it's appreciated by everyone.
Yeah.
It's a fun outing. It's a family outing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's pretty cool,
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've gotten a lot of awards too. Last year we got best festival in the state of Louisiana from the Louisiana
cool. We did see
Travel
that.
Association.
We did see something about a national award, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and with Southern Living Magazine, we were
Really?
featured in that.
So you get all kind of national recognition and stuff like that. So that's really
because
cool.
it's cool. I mean, like the Rougarou, just that.
Right.
The story of it.
The story of it. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
You know, like people that aren't from around here are like, what is that?
How do you even say it?
Yeah,
some of them
exactly.
think,
One of the things why we wanted to start that was we found that a lot of the kids growing up didn't know about the Rougarou or hadn't heard those stories because as we were growing up, your mama said, "You better be good or the Rougarou's
I'm coming to your grandma's house and it's not going to be a good sight, brother. No.
And so I guess people just stopped using those stories. And so we figured we could bring those oral traditions back and those stories back. And so now we've got, it is cool because every once in a while I'll get a project from a social studies class of a kid and he did it on the Rougarou, and it's like this diorama, and then the parents are like, "Would you like it?" And I can't tell them no. And so my office is full of like middle school projects.
Social studies fair.
It really is.
It's pretty awesome though that kids are interacting with it. So they
and it's
like
their heritage, it's their culture that
everybody kind of
hopefully they keep it on and teach
gets that story.
Yeah. And this is our Rougarou with that logo right there.
Right.
But he's not like the scary.
Right.
I mean, he's dancing with
he
a
almost
can
looks
and
like
a top
a fox,
hat.
like he's ready to have a good time.
Right. And so our Rougarou isn't necessarily meant to be that like
freak out.
It's not that guy you see at the zoo when you're doing Louisiana swamp. You know what I'm talking about? You're walking through the swamp and they got that guy.
Oh, it looked like a swamp thing.
Yeah, and he's like, and he's like, no. This is more friendly, family oriented.
Yeah, it's not quite as scary.
That's awesome.
And we use the Rougarou as like Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires. So like the Rougarou is only you could save Louisiana's wetlands.
That's cool.
You know?
That is awesome.
Because that's where he lives.
That's a good spin on it.
Yeah, if you don't have a place to live, then we won't either. So
what's going to happen, right?
We got to save the coast.
wetlands.
Yeah.
We saw the statue downtown. We thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it really
that
is.
was real cool. So, what's the future hold for the Rougarou Fest that you hope? What do you hope happens?
So our goal is to turn it into a 3-day event. And so it's been just a Saturday and Sunday. We hope to open on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
be awesome.
and attract RVs, to go and park
Especially if
in
you're
the
at the
Civic
Civic.
because they got the plug-ins and all.
They kind of do that for the wetlands.
Yeah,
festival
yeah.
Going to the wetlands.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. So how many Rougarous have you seen?
I have not personally. Well, I mean, like,
Are you
it depends on.
Are you the Rougarou?
Look into that camera to the
Are
people.
you the Rougarou?
Are you the Rougarou?
Well, maybe a little bit more of this. A little bit more of this, and it might happen.
More to clear.
It might
And
happen.
so you say this. What are you drinking?
It may happen before it. He poured it. That's all I'm saying, and it's delicious.
That is the Manny Fresh.
It's very
Manny Fresh.
Yeah, it's very
It's
good.
a very popular drink on the show. So
It's named after a very, very articulate individual, a very educated man.
wow,
It really is.
Apana, comme ça.
he's
Manny
laying it on
Fresh.
thick tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it. I kind of talked about it already, but the wetlands very important to everyone in this area.
Yeah.
And y'all are doing everything you can to kind of preserve that. And what's involved in that?
Sure.
Like, kind of what is that your department go to?
Discovery Center. How does it help you?
So most of what we do is education and outreach, but there are organizations. There's a nonprofit called Restore the Earth Foundation, and we work with them to do the outreach about the work that they're doing, and they're restoring 4,000 acres of cypress swamp in the Pointe-Strand area, the wildlife.
I've already
management
went.
area.
They've been doing this, right?
It's beautiful. Yeah,
It's an ongoing project.
ongoing
I've already went
project.
there with my family. We planted trees out there. Actually, it was fun time.
And that was originally a cypress swamp, but then due to saltwater intrusion from the storms, all that, and so then they built the levee, and that water turned fresh again. And so now it's perfect for those cypress trees to grow, and they planted them, and you can see they're growing I mean, exponentially each year you go out there and
I've
you can
never
see.
been back yet. I'd like
Yeah,
to go check it
yeah.
out.
So it's really great. So we educate the kids on the restoration projects that are taking place out
Get
there.
people interested.
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of, you know,
and just
wanting to
know
get back.
what's happening.
Yeah,
That there
the
are
knowledge of
efforts. There are efforts to do that. For hurricanes, when that comes in, that's one of our lines of defense.
I also think there's something else involved with the Rougarou. You doing a lunch? Or
Oh yeah, plate lunches.
Plate lunches.
So every Friday, and that's one of our adaptation. Part of our adaptation
For the
plan,
crew,
right? Since we
go
can't
along
do
with
the
the
whole
house
festival,
festival.
this is at least how we can bring a few things to people. So yeah, 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock every Friday in October.
Every Friday,
Yep.
go check it out in October.
After that,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And where's it going to be at?
In the parking lot at the Wildlife Museum.
All right, so that's
Yeah.
right here
Yeah.
off of.
Yeah, so it's like a little drive-through. So
Right.
you don't even have to
Yeah,
get
get
close
out.
to me.
You have a nice
The
little
potential
mask.
Rougarou you don't even have to get next to.
Yeah,
The
Absolutely.
y'all center over there at the museum, that's
Yeah.
really cool stuff.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been a couple of times, and
Yeah,
I love what y'all trying to do over
Yeah.
there. And like you said, it's all about education.
yeah, yeah. It's a nice way. It actually reminds me a lot of this building too. You know,
Right.
of preserving the integrity of the building and have the artifacts that were used in there. It's similar at the Wildlife Museum. Yeah.
Right, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're talking about food.
Huh.
Let's go to this one. What's your favorite Cajun food?
So,
One
yeah, I know,
Cajun
right?
dish
That's
to
it.
eat
Only
the
one
rest of
food.
your life.
It's have to be my grandma's corn soup. I mean, but she died, so like I have to fake it myself.
No, that's okay. Though.
It's
yeah,
never
your
as
favorite.
good.
But it doesn't matter. What's
It's
your
never as
favorite?
good as she made it. Yeah, I think it's that.
Corn soup's
That
good.
corn, yeah.
Right now is the perfect.
Yeah.
Like it's a dude.
Yeah.
Corn soup right now
Yeah,
on a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By
yeah,
the fire
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Good time.
yeah.
Gumbos
So definitely
and
all of
corn
that.
soup.
It's definitely soup
yeah.
time. So corn
Yeah.
soup, I like it.
We talked about saving the wetlands and stuff like that, and that's very, very important. But here in Terrebonne Parish, where do you see Terrebonne Parish, or where would you like to see Terrebonne Parish in like the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah.
Like coming up, some things that we can improve on
Yeah.
or whatever.
I really honestly believe that our downtown area, and not just, I mean, I know downtown is here on this side, but I also think on the east side,
Yeah.
like under the Twin Spans area, it's also just a cool spot to be. It's beautiful in that area, and I think that if there are, like, if y'all remember downtown demonstration day that took place here, there was some cool things happening.
Really
And
cool.
some really good
downtown.
ideas. Yeah, we had Chris sit down
Yeah.
with us earlier. And he,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
he hit on some of those ideas.
Yeah.
Some are going to end up becoming permanent
Yeah,
ideas.
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and we like it.
I think that that's the one thing that I think Houma could have and Terrebonne Parish could have, because you go to a lot of other
Right.
towns in Louisiana, and it seems like their downtown just got a
It
nice.
kind of is the heartbeat of the town.
It's got a good vibe.
And
It
we
has a
got
good
something
vibe.
really good over here, and we try.
Absolutely.
And we try, and I think you're
Yeah.
right. I think I would like to, and we keep saying that with all our guests, and we agree. It's just the downtown area kind of just
The
just,
hub of-
it's the hub.
Yeah.
It's
The heart of
heartbeat.
Houma, you know?
Absolutely.
It's the heartbeat of your town,
Yeah.
and you want to see that grow and
Yeah.
prosper as much as
And it's going to happen with places like this, right?
Places like this,
Yeah.
places like Downtown Joe.
Yeah.
That's a great place town
yeah,
we got
yeah,
over there.
yeah. I remember this is cool. I'm dating myself now, but I was real little. I was so little, I almost don't remember. This is like, all right, this is when you were like 20. No, like the Besto burger and the Zesto. And, I mean, again, I'm dating
Oh, a
myself.
Besto burger,
But it
a
was-
Zesto burger.
It was.
We might have somebody in this facility tonight that remembers that as
Knows a
well.
little bit something about it.
Zesto burger.
Yeah. But like places like that where I had memories as a kid, and
Right.
so those places are very fond to me, even though they don't exist.
Yeah,
you know,
Diamond
'cause
doesn't now. You don't have them
And,
anymore.
and two, the bridges, the Twin Spans came to be, but I also think that the Twin Spans are very iconic for Houma.
Absolutely.
Like that's been an image that when people see, they're like, oh, that's Houma in the
Right.
downtown area. And I think if we can take the energy of what's happening here and extend it to the other side of the Twin Spans and
Doesn't
make
just
all
stop
of
by
that
the
area.
courthouse, is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah. I
Don't
think
you
that
you
would
got
be beautiful.
something going on
Yeah,
underneath.
that's
the
what I'm
Twin
trying.
Well, you got something
so
so
You
in
incorporate
10
as well
yeah.
in the coastal, you know,
In
because we
10
were talking
years.
about, yeah.
So I think you got something going on in a coastal. So why don't you touch on that?
So we just got accepted to create a new cultural district the Homa Heights Cultural District, which is the name of that neighborhood
Yep.
originally, which is like Bayou Terrebonne, the Intracoastal, Grand Caillou, and then Buron Street. So that rectangle is a cultural district, and then we can expand on it in the future if we like. So that's sort of our first step in branding that area.
Right.
It's to try to get it like the Bywater, the Marigny, like one of those like cool,
Right.
funky little neighborhoods.
It's a cool little spot to go.
The artists are there and little coffee shops
like
and
it.
things. I think that's going to be so in 10 years.
Maybe
Hopefully,
a coffee shop, a
Hopefully
little,
that's popping in 10 years.
yeah.
That'd be awesome.
yeah,
a little
yeah.
live band or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. That'd be
And
really
Chris too. Chris has also got a drawing of underneath the bridge, like the development of what that could look like. And there's like,
That'd be really
it's
cool.
beautiful
I bet it's
though.
great.
No, because he's good at this stuff.
He is.
So
He's
there's
got
like
good visions.
a dog park. There's a little like a little amphitheater, so you could do music performances
Right.
and
It'd
stuff.
be really cool to kind of utilize that area.
Yeah,
Like you said,
yeah.
we don't have to just focus on the
this
erection of
side,
the courthouse
sure.
on this side.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
focus on that side.
Yeah.
East side.
Everybody can
enjoy that.
enjoy
area.
it.
Yeah,
A little
I agree.
amphitheater would be great around here. We
Yeah.
got so many great local
Yeah.
artists and local bands.
That'd be really cool.
A good spot for them to go play on a Saturday
Yeah.
or
Right
whatever.
on the water.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
How
beautiful.
cool would that be?
We're talking about like kayak launches. We have, like, I mean, it's a feature that's built in. Bayou
It's
Terrebonne
right
is
there.
right there. It's beautiful and it's so underutilized.
If you look at what the Elks Lodge did with how they turned it, if everyone could maybe focus on something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
it could be beautiful.
Yeah.
But like
I
we're just
agree.
chilling.
And
right
those
there.
already agreed to put a bar like in the patio.
Yes,
like,
yes.
and hand out drinks on by the
Nice,
no?
nice. As
It's
you
like a
paddle,
drive-through,
as-
basically.
As you paddle through.
Paddle through, you're right.
Yeah, kind of like a drive-through Decker shop, but paddle through.
Paddle through whiskey shop.
If we got to tape a little strong though, I don't care. We'll figure something out. We touched on it a little bit, but the statue, the
Yeah.
artwork downtown,
Things
Yeah.
nice, man.
who
Yeah.
came up with that?
Yeah.
Like who made that? That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was a metal shop in Homa, and it was the Homa Downtown Development Corporation that put that together. They got with them to make that statue, and then have
That's
it installed.
awesome. I feel like it's like almost a focal point. Like so, I feel like it's like, hey, Rougarou's here to stay.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah.
This is our home.
Yeah.
And we could just expand and be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
saving all
It's
the
helped,
wetlands.
it's helped to
baby.
brand the parish. Like people, other places have like the Crawfish Festival, the Gumbo Capital of the World, and this and
Right.
that. And so nobody claimed the Rougarou, and so it
Might as well take it.
was might as well take he was up.
I'm good with it.
It was up for grabs.
Take that.
So yeah.
I like it.
But
Take
it
whatever you
it's-
can get, baby.
It's worked. It's really worked for us. There's been a lot of TV shows that have come down, and they do like hunting the monsters in the swamp and
Yeah.
stuff. And they'll
Yeah.
look for the Rougarou and ask
Y'all got a
them questions
whole
about it.
following and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the ladies that dress up like the,
The witches.
The witches, yeah, I know one that
They're
does
so
it. Like,
awesome.
they look
They're
forward
awesome.
to this year
Yeah,
round. Like
yeah.
I know a lady
They have-
who
yeah.
really enjoys it. She's a great
Yeah.
woman, and she's like, I really look forward to it.
Yeah.
She's actually very disappointed
Yeah,
about
I know.
this year. Like she dressed up like 2 days ago, I think, and took her pictures for Facebook.
Because we're doing a video.
Okay.
So yes.
So,
So,
she
we're
was
doing
so, I
it's
saw
gonna
that
be
on
cool.
Facebook, and she looked so pumped up about
It's gonna
it.
be really cool. So
Yeah.
we're doing a video. They're sending the videos to us, and we're editing them right now.
Okay, cool.
And then that's gonna roll out probably
It's
the
like
middle of
y'all,
October.
y'all regular witches are hooking
Yeah,
it up.
yeah. Just again to celebrate they those ladies put so much into their costumes.
Oh, it's-
like they
it's
really
fantastic.
do.
I
They
see
really
If
do.
anybody like, they
Yeah.
need to go check them out at the
Yeah.
parade and
Yeah.
stuff because it's. I mean,
Yeah.
they put some effort into.
They have a great
This is
time
not
with
the
it. So you know what else? It's
regular,
not only
witch
the
outfit.
kids who like it. It's,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
such a great
Yeah.
festival that you guys put together.
Yeah. It's a sense of community. Like
It
it
is.
really is, and it brings people
Pride.
together,
It's a
and
sense
they
of pride,
have
too.
fun, and they friend. Like a
And
lot
now
of
you got a liquor license, so everybody's drinking. Everybody's a lot happier.
We went last year and had a great time. Doug knew in the wild. My
Yes.
team
Oh, bro, we loved it. We loved it. It was
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
one of our favorite
They're all-
bands.
That's the house band,
It's
actually.
the house band.
I'm always looking for one of the reasons I love having them every year is that we don't have them every year, but we've had them multiple years, and every time they come in a different costume, and
Those
it's
costumes last year
hilarious.
were awesome, dude.
But, like I look forward to having them there just to see. I mean, their music is fantastic, but I
Yes.
love watching what they're gonna
I'm
wear.
pretty sure the lead singer permed his whole head.
Yeah, Philip did.
Philip permed.
He looked like he had a whole.
You know you permed your head just for that. You know, it's good to see something successful that's just benefiting this
That
area.
gives back to the community and helps build what we need. We need protection here.
Yeah. You know, thinking about building the community side of it, I'm a Lagniappe kid.
Okay.
And so again, I think I'm dating myself a little bit, but Lagniappe on the Bayou was a festival that was
Kinda
in Chauvin.
remember, I was young.
Yeah, it ended in the '90s, but that was an amazing.
They had the whole
festival.
like carnival,
and so
I remember
each family was responsible for a booth.
Right.
And so the whole community of Chauvin would come together, and people would donate the shrimp and the oysters. Like everybody just donated everything for the church. And it had been after that festival was done, and it had, I don't know, it just felt like you ripped the heart out of the community, and you didn't have anything to celebrate who you are as a people anymore.
So I know that now they got the Chauvin Fest.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like it's good to have that community.
Absolutely. And so that's what I think is being built with the Rougarou Fest now.
Yeah.
Is that we get those same people that see each other and they look forward to it and they have a good time. It's for a good cause, but it's like a big family now.
It is. Like all the witches are like a family.
Yes.
You know, hey, I'm going to outdo her, or I'm going to outdo her. You know, so it gives people people love.
And then we got the zombies, and the zombies and
Zombies
are
are
competing
They're
with the
running after
witches.
the people. Dude, that was the coolest thing ever. Like,
Zombies are cool.
Yeah.
And look, I love all the festivals downtown or anywhere in Hoboken. What is the effect you see with the pandemic and the the COVID, not being able to do this kind of stuff?
Yeah.
What is the effect that you see on that for the community?
I think people are drinking at home.
right.
Just stay
I think you're right.
They buy a couple bottles of this. You stay home and
I guarantee
you wait it
that-
out. It's like the longest hurricane that you've ever had to
I
wait till
guarantee
it
there's
passed.
been some home bars built in terrible
It's been a
pallets.
6-month
With
hurricane
pallets.
party, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, I just think people are ready to get out.
Yeah.
And the festivals, for me, is a sense of, tradition and going out in your community and participating in your community. It's something I do miss. And, for sure, the Rougarou Fest and all the stuff, Downtown Live After 5.
I know. It's been the whole season basically of Live After 5. They haven't been able to do any of it.
And we also participate in a lot of cook-offs and stuff
cook-offs,
downtown.
we missing all of that.
We're missing all that stuff.
Yeah.
And,
That feel of community, like, hey, everybody's out together for one good cause. And so, man, we really wish that Rougarou could be like full blown.
I can't wait till next year.
2021,
3-day
forget it.
Rougarou Fest.
Is it going to be 3 next year? That's the goal, or that's for real?
Yeah, we're doing it. At this point,
And so next year, is it going to be here or it's moving
it's
next
going to
year?
be on our property.
So next year, it's done. It's at...
Rougarou's going home.
Rougarou's going home to the library.
Right?
He's to the library. That's a beautiful library
He's an
as well.
educated
Dude's gonna learn.
He's going to be a smart guy. He got a library card. I don't even know if they give those out anymore.
He reads a lot, but he's not good at math. So no, I'm not even kidding. So this is like October. We're going into October, and that is Rougarou Awareness Month.
Oh.
And so I'm gonna help y'all to be aware of how you can can protect yourself.
Yeah, tell me so I can tell my
From-
daughter.
from
Bring it on if I see one.
Yeah, if you
got a
no, I'm gonna
6-year-old.
tell you, like this is how you do it. So 13 objects. Sometimes people use 13 pennies. You can use 13 rocks.
Okay.
You put them on your door, like at the bottom of your door or on the windowsill, because the Rougarou can count to 12, but he can't count past 12.
Okay.
So he gets there and he's a little and he's a little OCD.
Right. Yeah.
And so he
He's a modern
sees
Rougarou.
those, and then he wants to count them. So he starts 1, 2, and he goes through all of them. He gets to 12, and he doesn't know what 13
Freaks
is.
out.
Freaks out, and he's like, "What? Okay, 1, 2." So like it tricks him into
So it's a
staying
Rougarou
there.
trap, basically.
It's a Rougarou
Right.
trap.
Yeah,
exactly
he can't
right.
figure it out.
Can't figure it out. And
You heard it
so
here, folks. This is how you trap a
Doorsill, windowsill, put 13 rocks.
and then
You know I'm gonna have to go home, and my daughter's gonna be like, 13 rocks, Dad. 1, 2. I'm like,
and the sun starts coming up, and he's got to.
You got to
go.
You got to
Yeah, he's
fly.
gotta go.
and he's
Yeah.
not messing with you no more.
That's it. So, if you have trouble with the 13 pennies or 13 rocks, finding that, another way that you could do this is a colander. You know the strainer, like you pour your spaghetti when you boil it?
right.
You shake, right. So you take a colander and you put the colander on your door.
Okay.
And it's the same concept, because the Rougarou's coming to break into your house and get you, and he gets to the front door and he sees the colander, and again that OCD kicks in. He's like, looks at the little holes, and he's like 1, 2, 3, and then he gets to 12. He goes to 13. He's like, and then he starts again. 1, 2, 3.
So many holes.
Sun comes up. Gotta go.
And he's gone.
Yeah, and you protected. You were sleeping. You didn't even know he was counting the holes
glad.
in your collar.
I'm so glad we had you on the show,
I know.
man.
That is so now we know
That's
how to
what
get
I'm
away
here.
from the Rougarou.
That's what I'm here for.
So, we talked about a bunch of stuff, and it was great things.
Very informative and good.
But we talked a little bit about COVID-19 and its effect. You know, we can't have festivals and stuff like that, and everybody looks forward to those types of things, especially Rougarou Fest and being able to do things that's culturally, beneficial to this area and things like that. What do you think that, like, with the pandemic and canceling events and not being able to go to restaurants and bars or whatever, do you think that's kind of helped our tradition and our culture a little bit? Maybe, people that have counted on Rougarou Fest go there every year to kind of experience that. Now those people like telling stories to their kids and kind of educating them a little bit more, maybe preserving this tradition. And if that's not happening, I would hope it, something like that.
I think it's twofold. So I think that there's a level of anxiety within everybody, and people are staying home and not going places. And I think our culture is one that we are very people oriented, and we're very social, and our whole lives revolve around being with each other hanging out with each other. We're not isolated people.
No, it's
we
not
go to
just
crap
you,
balls
the
and
people you
crawfish
live
balls.
in a house with.
It's
your family's your extended friends, and that's.
And I think a lot more of that has happened.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm getting at. It's like, I know with us, we try to social distance. And I got a group of friends, about 6 to 7 families that we consider each other family.
Almost weekend together.
And it's, I think we've kind of come together a little bit more because I think more people are having, crap balls or social events in their house, just their family.
Yeah.
Smoking meat.
Yeah, smoking meat.
And so that's the twofold part of it. So I think the first side of it is it's anxiety inducing, and people are just ready for it to be over and feel uneasy about everything. But the other side is it allowed us to take a breath and slow down, and not be go all the time and trying to get everything done.
Come together.
That's it. And I think in that time where people were sitting down, and maybe Maman was telling some stories about the Rougarou that maybe they wouldn't have had that time to sit down and talk. And maybe that's it. And maybe everybody's all dragging the streets and don't have time to hang out at Maman's house, but then Maman has an ice chest of shrimp, and you're peeling it with your Maman, and then y'all sharing stories
like
like
1990s.
That's
again.
it.
84.
Right. And so I think that's the good side of it. That I think as much as it's made us isolated, it's also made us isolate with our immediate people, and you learn a little bit more about your immediate people.
You kind of slow down.
And you slow down.
You slow down because everybody's
go. I've enjoyed that part of it.
That's the only part I have enjoyed. Slow down a little bit. Take a break.
The beginning of it was great, and then everybody learned how to do Zoom meetings.
Then
and then
what's the point?
So then, like, within 2 weeks, it was like in front of the computer with a Zoom meeting.
Basically, like back at work looking at everybody.
And then so I was like, okay, this is going to be fine. And then I was just scheduling Zoom meeting back to back to back. And I didn't schedule bathroom breaks in between. And I was like, I know we got this meeting, but I need to just pause for just a second. I'll be back. And so even with Zoom meetings, we've had to learn how to adapt, right?
That's the word we had to learn how to adapt. Because we were always usually go 1,000 miles an hour, and now it's basically been a slow down pace. You can't go. Most people don't even go anywhere. But hey, to each is his own.
We talked about telling stories and kind of like bringing that history back. I do remember being told stories about the Rougarou.
Oh, absolutely.
So
at my grandma's
in my
house.
parents' house, we had like this. She had like this wooden frame, and it had different spots in it, and it was all like a Louisiana history thing, and it had like a crab ball and whatever, shrimp boat and stuff. And in one corner was the Rougarou. It wasn't the little cool
Yeah, it was kind of
with a
scary
top
one.
hat.
No, the one I remember don't look like that. The one my great-grandma showed me did not look like that.
No, he wasn't dancing with a top hat.
Oh,
He was
no.
kind of like the swamp thing.
Right, this guy was not looking to dance. He was looking to grab you and take you to the back in the marsh, is what I was told. And it was not going to be pretty for you.
Aside from the Rougarou, have you heard of the Foret? The Foret.
He's from Montague?
I know one good guy from Montague, and that's about it.
I know Free from Montague. Yeah, he got some good some crab chaps over there.
This the Foret and the Lutin. And so again, we're going into October, so it's important that we get all of our folklore characters
Damn,
correct.
not heard of.
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
So the lutin is sort of like a trickster spirit, right? So if you lose your car keys and you don't know where they are, or if not, so like the traditional thing was the lutin would go ride the horses all night long and knot up all the main, because the little lutin, it's like a little gremlin looking thing. Right. And so it ride the horses all night long, and then you wake up and the horse was all sweating and everything, and then the hair was all matted. Or some people say it was braided, and the lutin's the one that braided
The lutin
hair.
came.
Yeah, so the lieutenant came, or if you lost your stuff,
you can't
it's just
find
like
anything.
a damn lieutenant.
Damn, you can't take my keys. Brought it to punish and the crab traps.
There's a lieutenant, and then there's the Foret, and the Foret is like an orb of light that is floating in the swamps, right? Okay. So the way the story goes, Jean Lafitte, he was the pirate that buried the treasure all in the area, right? So he would bury his treasure, and then he would kill one of his men and bury the body of the man with the treasure so that his soul would protect the treasure from anybody coming to find it, right? Wow. Yeah. So when people, I'm making all this up. I'm kidding. No, I'm joking.
Oh, I was about to say,
This
is a great story. I love it.
No, this is. It's a for real.
It's
folk
life shit.
It's a for real folk life story. Right. I'm not making that for them. So then when people would go to look for the treasure, they'd be going, and then they'd see this orb of light floating in the area, and it was mesmerizing. Right. And so they'd get hypnotized by this light, and then they would just keep walking, and the light would pull them out into the swamp, and you never see them again.
They forget about
and
the
they
treasure.
just forget about the treasure, and they walk out, and I guess
Did Rougarou come grab
them? Then the Rougarou comes. They all working together.
Exactly.
The lieutenant grabs the keys.
It's a very intertwined enterprise, dude. They're working for money and drinks and everything.
And you think the lieutenant takes the keys. Now you think you dropped them when you were checking the traps.
You see the light.
You see the light.
It's a total
comes.
Yeah.
He counted the 12.
They're in cahoots. They're working together.
It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy.
Get that one for
Cajun conspiracy.
Cajun conspiracy.
The Cajun conspiracy.
The lieutenant.
I'm gonna start a Cajun conspiracy page.
The Rougarou.
The trinity of the
folklore.
What you call the folklore trinity of scaring little children.
I don't know, man.
I never even heard of that. They had a trinity of them.
That's awesome. I never heard of it too.
I've heard of Lutin already. I kind of wasn't sure what it was, but anyway, Lutin, Putin, crazy.
That's not a good word.
That's not a good word either. Cut that word out, please.
So you worked abroad before, and have you taken any of that? Like, would you go mess with people when you were...
No, it was funny, dude. I say it was funny. So I was a Peace Corps volunteer.
Right.
And so I was a volunteer in the Kingdom of Tonga in the South Pacific.
Wow.
And we did...
you must have seen beautiful sights.
It was amazing. Like, it really... But
the landscape must have been
amazing.
unbelievable.
Yeah. But no running water, no electricity.
Yeah. That must have been terrible.
Yeah.
Real rough.
For like 2 weeks, though. Like, it's amazing. You get used to that before you know it. And it's not... I mean, yeah... Having a toilet that flushes is
pretty cool.
It's nice, but I mean, you figure out what you got to do.
You figure out.
Yeah, I worked offshore already. You do doing a crew boat. You do what you got to do. Go in the marsh, boy. Here's a bucket.
I've been in the mountains of
Figure it out.
Alaska. They got outhouses and stuff.
Yeah. And so we did a haunted bush maze because it was like an island, but it was a mountain, and it was. I mean, there was tracks and everything. So we cut out a path, and I'll never forget. So the volunteers came to my island because my island was remote. Like there was like 68 people that lived there.
You had like the party island.
Oh no! Well, we turned it into that.
Rougarou Fest Island.
So I mean, obviously they don't celebrate Halloween there,
right? No.
And so we wanted to do a little fundraiser for the youth group on the island. So I said, well, you know, I used to do haunted houses back home. Let's make a haunted bush maze. And so we invited all of the Peace Corps volunteers in the country to come to this island, and they did. It was like 20 people that came to the island, and the whole village like put this like scary maze on together. And I never forget because it was at nighttime, and we did a little FIFA thing because you know those little balls that you hit and then they blink and they flip out. I had all the kids have those, and they hit them, and they were at the top of the mountain, and they just did like this.
They look like the orbs.
So they look like the little orbs. And I'm like, what's that? Man, that's the FIFA. It's like, but we're in Florida.
Bro, what you mean?
Dude, you probably had South Pacificus digging for treasures.
It was
trying to find the booty.
It was pretty hilarious. And so they really got into it. And I remember one of the guys on the island, he climbed into a tree. And as the whole group of people were walking in the dark down the path, he drops from the tree yelling, ah, boom. And he fell hard, like you felt it. And I thought, my God, this dude hurt him. Like it was like bad. And everybody else, was oh my God, like there's no hospital, there's no doctor. Like you gotta put him on a boat and go to the bigger island, right? So like they all get up close to him because we all think he broke his back or something. And as soon as everybody got close, and then he popped up and ran into the forest.
Never seen him again.
We thought, man, but that was a good Halloween.
That's kind of cool that you kind of bring those.
I love your traditions. Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, anyway.
Oh, it was a fun. I
took jambalaya in Alaska.
Sure.
It's kind of like bringing traditions everywhere you go. Yeah. Speaking of traditions, ask the man the most important question. We're going to ask him all night.
The important question right now.
Yeah, the most important.
Do you Pedro?
Absolutely. I win.
He wins.
14-28.
I'm just going to go on record right now to say that me and Noah right now are the reigning champs.
Reigning champs or what?
Listen, we lost we won last week.
Oh, we
beat you and Mr. Tim last. Bullshit, we the defending champs this week. Right. Anyways,
here's the important
I got an idea with this. What about a Pedro tournament at Rougarou Fest next year? That just happened right here, but I'll need your help.
I mean,
we would definitely help, but I could probably commit Noah, by your terrible help. We'll figure it out.
That'll be fun.
By this time, my boy will be a judge. He'll proclamate that we can play Pedro over there. If there's a law against it, my friend will hook us up.
Yeah, let's do that. That'd be cool.
That's awesome. So, here's down to the nitty gritty. Cutthroat or follow suit?
Follow suit.
Follow suit? Ooh. Where are you from?
From Chauvin.
From Chauvin?
Yeah.
Okay, follow suit. I like it.
Do you play both?
I mean, yes.
Yeah. Everyone's going to say,
everybody can.
How did you learn is really the question. I learned follow suit.
Yeah.
I moved to Terrebonne and I realized that they don't play follow suit. These suckers are dirty. They like cutthroat, brother. I started playing with Lance, and Lance was like, what you doing, follow? I said, well, what are you doing? He's playing the Pedro. I'm like, dude, you got a diamond. You played it. What are you doing? He's like, what? Yeah. Okay, and they played it like 62.
But I'd go, whoever.
They played a 62 over here, and they played cutthroat. So hey, whatever.
It's a very important topic over here.
I see that.
Usually after we have the podcast, we enjoy it with the guy, our girl, or whoever's going to be sitting with us. We like to play Pedro. If they play Pedro, we have a couple people.
You can take my spot tonight and play with Tim.
Y'all can play the defending champs.
Who we got next week?
Next week we have, for all you sports fans, Mr. Hilary Domingue from
the radio extraordinaire.
Radio extraordinaire. Used to be ESPN the radio. He's still on ESPN the radio. I think he's on 97.7 on Fridays.
He's got an important golf tournament coming up.
He got a golf tournament coming up. He's got a Joe Burrow helmet, signed autograph from the GOAT himself that he's going to put right here, and you could win that in a raffle. So that's what we have next week, Mr. Hillary Doman.
So once again, Mr. Jonathan, thank you very much for coming.
We truly appreciate it, brother.
I had fun.
This was a good time, and I learned a lot. You know,
we hope to have you on again.
All kind of stuff.
The Cajun conspiracy. It was born right here.
It was born right here.
So, and the Pedro tournament for Rougarou was born
came
right
out with a
here.
whole nother-
Hey, listen.
do that on Friday.
Hey, when this thing's a national thing and it takes off, Between the Barrels is going to be the sponsor. We'll be the sponsor of it.
Nice.
The Pedro tournament, the Between the Barrels Pedro tournament.
We could call
No,
it
let's
that
do
already.
it. Let's do it next
just
year.
call it that.
And whatever we got to do to pay for it, we'll do it.
I like it.
As long as it's under a couple.
As long as it's cheap.
Yeah, as long as it's cheap. Can we give you like a bottle of whiskey? My buddy makes a killer whiskey. He makes killer whiskey.
Yes,
Noah just left.
Noah's left of it. We'll call Grizz and Nick, see if they could donate us a bottle. But anyways,
Yeah.
we appreciate it, brother.
Myself, thank you very much. We out.
Bam.